Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. Train services on the Newcastle and Central Coastline have been cancelled or delayed as the rail union steps up industrial action. Union members are still weighing up a 15% pay increase over 4 years from the state government. Transport Minister Joe Haylen says it's a fair and reasonable offer.
It is 1% above the government's wages offer. It represents a real increase in take-home pay for the almost 14,000 rail workers, and we're going to ask them to very seriously consider that offer and ideally accept it to end this dispute.
A man is facing 11 charges after allegedly leading police on a pursuit which resulted in a spectacular crash at Wickham last night. Just after 6 p.m, officers began following an SUV at Waratah West, which had earlier been reported stolen. The pursuit continued to Maitland Road, where the vehicle allegedly crashed into a motorbike and a police caged truck, which ended up on its side. The male rider was taken to hospital with minor injuries, while the officers in the police vehicle weren't injured. A 26-year-old man was arrested at the scene. A second man in the SUV managed to evade capture. A homicide investigation is underway following the death of a man at Gateshead last week. The 37-year-old was found at a Mahogany Crescent home with critical injuries last Thursday night, but died at the scene. A post-mortem earlier this week confirmed he'd sustained several stab wounds to his chest. As inquiries continue, police want to hear from anyone with information via Crime Stoppers. The Nationals say Tomago aluminium would not survive on a renewables-only grid. The manufacturer has been thrown in the spotlight amid a war of words between the federal government and opposition. Labor says the coalition's nuclear costings, released in December, don't account for high-power consumers like Tomago. But David Littleproud says Tomago needs a more reliable supply.
There's no country of the industrial scale the size of Australia that's gone an all-renewables approach. Let's just have a look at Tomago down the road there. It takes 950 megawatts of power every year. To go an all-renewables approach, you'd need 3 gigawatts. That's more than 3 times the power that's currently there at the moment to keep it going.
Jet ski operators across the state and the Hunter are being reminded to practice safe riding following an increase in safety breaches. It comes following the launch of a new safety campaign by New South Wales Maritime aimed at stamping out unsafe practices like operators being unlicensed and not wearing life jackets. Senior Boating Safety Officer Jay Rooming says it's important jet ski users travelling in groups travel at a safe speed to reduce the risk of crashing into others.
Look out for your mates. Make sure you look around you, know where you're operating and travel at a safe speed and try and avoid any of those incidents if possible.
And mobile phone service has been restored to Cooranbong and Morisset residents. It's understood copper cable theft brought parts of the 4G and 5G networks down amid a rise in theft of the valuable metal across the region.
2NURFM Sport.
Changes look likely for Jets coach Rob Stanton as he prepares for the club's clash with Western United this Friday. Striker Lachlan Rose and midfielders Eli Adams and Will Dobson are the 3 candidates likely to be brought into the starting 11 for the Victorian clash. Newcastle Union halfback Lane Morgan is one of 12 new recruits unveiled for the Queensland Reds for this year's Women's Super Rugby campaign. Morgan joins from the title-holding New South Wales Waratahs, who will now be looking to rebuild the Reds following a last-place finish in 2024. The Maitland Mustangs have announced the return of women's guard Mila Warskovic for the 2025 NBL 1 East season. She returns to the Mustangs after a 1-year spell playing NCAA Division I basketball with the University of San Diego. And Stockton Cricket Club could take top spot of the Newcastle District T20 Sunbash competition with a win tonight against Western Suburbs. That's sport. I'm Jessie Dennett.
And the winning numbers in Oz Lotto are 2, 5, 9, 11, 17, 32 and 38, and the supplementaries are 7, 25 and 36. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.